Journey Back in Time, a tour of the Middle East with the Allen family. Written by Susan Allen, narrated by Ken Allen. On December 26, 2016, Sue and Ken Allen and their family embarked on a journey nearly halfway around the world and back in time about 6,000 years. The entourage consisted of Sue and Ken, their son Keith, their daughter and son-in-law Rachel and David Dimmick, her 3 children Ashley Mills, Megan Mills, and Spencer Mills, and David's 2 boys Dawson and Ryan Dimmick. These are excerpts from the journal Sue kept along the way. December 27, 2016. Starting in Salt Lake City, we flew to Chicago and then changed planes and flew on Royal Jordanian Airlines to Amman, Jordan. We arrived in Jordan exhausted about 5 o'clock in the early evening, got through customs, into a hotel, and ate a buffet dinner. We were all pretty exhausted and promptly went to sleep. The next morning, after a buffet breakfast in the hotel, we found our guide Ben and our bus driver Mahmoud. A 3-hour drive down through the desert landscape of Jordan and then up into the mountains to the west brought us into the region of Petra. We first stopped at Wadi Musa, the traditional spring where Moses struck the rock and caused water to spring forth to feed his people during the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. This is told in Exodus 17. Arriving at the gates of Petra, we walked down into it through a long seek. Seek is the Arab word for canyon. It's quite the canyon, walls several hundred feet high and in places only 10 feet wide. It's quite an amazing place. Petra was founded and built out by a people called the Nabateans, who dwelt there during the early Roman era, and Petra was a mountain pass at the crossroads of major trade routes east of the Dead Sea between Arabia, Egypt, and Syria. Along the Seek are many stone carvings. There are places where Nabatean idols are carved in the rocks. There are many small shrines. There's a life-sized carving of several camels and a caravan, although most of it is washed away. Coming out of the Seek, we come upon the Treasury, a spectacular facade in the side of a cliff facing the mouth of the Seek. It is magnificent, 38 meters tall and 34 meters wide. We couldn't go inside, but it's just 3 empty rooms at ground level. It is believed it was actually originally some kind of church. Below ground level are newly discovered and recently excavated chambers, evidently tombs, like in much of the rest of this vast town. Turning right and walking down through the canyon, the field opens up to reveal many more elaborate tombs in the canyon walls. Further on, the field opens up into a larger valley, with a bricked aqueduct down the middle. A large amphitheater on the left seats about 4,000 people. But unlike most amphitheaters, which are built out of stacked stones, this one was just carved into the side of the hill. Opposite the amphitheater is what is called the Tomb of the Kings. It is a series of magnificent facades with huge chambers that served as tombs carved into the high rock wall, far up the right-hand side of the valley. Below is a colonnade, which used to be the city center. 20 to 30,000 people originally lived in Petra, until a large earthquake in 749 AD leveled most of the city. Many people were killed. The survivors all moved away, abandoning the site. Still, buildings from the Roman era survive today. We walked up to the basilica opposite the colonnade. It has beautiful mosaic floors. The architecture of Petra is so interesting because its first structures date from about 50 BC and work continued for another 100 to 200 years. There are influences from Egyptian architecture and from Greek and Roman styles. Ryan's favorite part of Petra was going into one of the huge tombs and seeing the pattern on the rock on the ceiling. Ashley thought the treasury was really cool. "I've never seen anything like it," she said. Rachel said a bit sarcastically that her favorite part was all the walking. "We walked 10 kilometers. Ken ended up on a horse for the last kilometer coming out. He was tired. That was our whole day."